Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys know who this is. It's the Credit Doctor, Angelo McCutcheon, coming to you with another quick video on the credit repair process. And of course, I want to shout out all my followers, all my subscribers, all you guys and gals who email me, encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing, give you the information so you can understand that you do not have to live with bad credit. Then that is me. I am here to give you this type of information. So as you come on in the room, you guys, you know what I ask you to do, because everything I ask you to do is free. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and let's get this information. Give me some stars, give me some hearts, whatever you want to do. If you enjoy the information, you can always feel free to make a comment, ask a question. It's totally up to you. So today we're going to be talking about, where do I get my real credit scores from? Right? That's a serious question. Where do I get my real credit scores from? And I'm only using that phrase just because people have misunderstandings when it comes to the credit score, right? You have those who say, hey, is Credit Karma my real score? You have those saying, is FICO my real score? Is the score I get from the bank my real score? Do I get from the other credit monitors, companies? Uh, is that my real credit score? Like, what is my real credit score? And I'm going to put it to you this way. Your real credit score is the one that any lender decides to use to look at. That becomes your real credit score. All right. So that's that in a nutshell. All right. Excuse me. That's that in a nutshell. Whatever one a creditor decides to look at. Some creditors, very limited, will look at your Credit Karma scores, right? Which is really known, I say Credit Karma, but it's really known as your Vantage score. They'll look at a model called the Vantage score. Now, 90% of lenders are going to look at what is known as your FICO score. Fair Isaac Corporation is what it stands for. 90% of lenders are going to look at that. The other 10% or less may look at your Vantage score, what you get from Credit Karma. It is important for you to understand and to know that, hey, I want to see the score where 90% of lenders are looking at. So there's always this question again, is it Credit Karma I should be following? Is it the score I get from my bank I should be following? Is it the score that I get from other credit monitoring should I be following? What really is what? It's a lot of, every time I look at all these scores, they're always different. What's going on here? Well, here's something you got to understand when it comes to your credit score, whether it's your Vantage score that TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian puts out all the time, or it's your FICO score, in which the company, FICO, Fair Isaac Corporation, puts out. All this information is based on what is being reported on your credit score, what accounts you have that you're making on-time payments, what negative accounts you have, charge-off, collections, late payments, bankruptcies, things like that. Uh, they every month they calculate what's in your credit score, your credit utilization, how you're paying down your credit cards. Are you keeping it under 30%, which I say keep it under 10%, or is it 90%? Is it 80%? All those things factor on what your score is going to be basically every month. All those things factor what it is, what your score is going to be. Blessings to my brother Spencer. Bishop is in his house. What's up, my brother? I pray all is well with you and the family. Happy belated Father's Day to you. Tell the family I said hello. We miss you guys. All right. Excuse me. Right. So people are saying, like, what's my real credit score? Right. And they're looking at different things here. They're looking at, but I'm here to tell you again, in a nutshell, your real score is the one that the lender chooses to look at. 90% of lenders look at your FICO score. The other 10% or less look at your Vantage score. Vantage score is what you get from the credit bureau, what you get from TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. And typically you can find that on your Credit Karma account, or if you have a free Credit Karma account. Now, let's talk about Credit Karma a little bit. I know I did a whole video on that before, but people always ask me, is Credit Karma real? Is Credit Karma real? Yeah, it's a real company. It's a real company. Now, the good thing about Credit Karma is they allow you to get your credit reports, at least two of them, for free. TransUnion and Equifax. They give you those two for free. And in some cases, some people found out that they're cutting out Equifax. But for the people who had Credit Karma for a while, you know you're going to get those two, right? And then they're going to give you your credit score, right, based on that information in your TransUnion or Equifax. Now, with Credit Karma, I tell people because it's free, it's all right to have if you're following what's being reported on your credit report. So you can use Credit Karma to look at what's being reported on your TransUnion and Equifax credit card. I mean, credit score. I'm sorry, your credit score. You can use that for that purpose, right? As far as the score is concerned, it's not that Credit Karma's score is wrong. It's not that it shouldn't be believed. It's just based on the model of their advantage reporting, right? It's called the advantage score. So that score is accurate. Whatever that score is accurate if a creditor is going to look at your advantage score. You guys got that? Is accurate if creditors are going to look at your advantage score. Are we good with that? Happy June Day to you too. Happy Juneteenth. I mean, happy Juneteenth to all you guys out there, ladies. Right. So if you guys understand that, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, if you guys understand that Credit Karma score is accurate only if lenders decide to look at that, then give me, I don't know, type in the number one. Just type in the number one. Type in the number one if you're good with that. You understand that. Type in the number one if you understand that. Don't forget to hit the like and share button. Make sure you follow and subscribe so whenever we do go live to give you this information for free, you can get it. All right. So again, there you go. Thank you. I see another one here on Facebook. All right. Good. TikTok, where we at? Okay. So if you understand that it's accurate if they choose to look at it. If they choose not to look at it, it's not that it's not accurate, it's just that that's not what they're looking at. All right. So again, and we're asking the question, what is my real credit score? And to make it simple, I keep saying it is the score that the lenders decide, whatever score the lender decides to look at, whether it's your FICO score, which 90% of lenders are looking at on a consistent basis, or it's your Advantage score, which is less than 10% of lenders are looking at when it comes to that. So I say try to know what at least your FICO score is, because 90% of lenders are looking at that. So if you're going to go out there and buy a car, you're looking to buy a home, find out what your FICO scores are. Don't take Credit Karma and say, hey, I pulled my credit report, my score says I'm 600 or 700 or 750 or 650, and take it to a lender. And the lender say, well, we're looking at your FICO score. Your FICO score then may be 650, 620, 730, 800, whatever. Those scores are typically going to be different. Your Vantage score and your FICO score are typically going to be different because the way they come up with your score is different. What do you mean by that? Well, basically, let's just say you bring your credit, well, let's do it from a negative standpoint. So let's say you get a collection account on being reported on your credit report, right? TransUnion may see that and say, you know what? We're going to take 40 points off because of that collection. Equifax says, nah, we're going to take off 60 points. Experience says, we're going to take out 35 points for the same collection. So there is no standard. It's just the way that they come up with the scoring method. And then you look at your FICO scores. FICO, the company may say, hey, we're going to take off 70 points for that collection account. or 30 points, whatever. I'm just using that as an example to show you why your scores are always different when you're looking across the board and say, hey, why my one score is 650, another one is 590, another one is 623. Because the way they do it, the way they set that up, it's always going to be very rarely do you see across the board TransUnion saying your score is 700, Equifax saying it's 700, and Experian is saying it's 700. Very rarely. Come on, hey TikTok, what's up? I need some likes, TikToks. Give me some like. Come on, tap my forehead if you have. You know how you get those hearts moving. I know this is good information. You guys come on every time I come on, so I know. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Okay, so there you go. I got some hearts. There you go. There you go. I got some hearts. Got some likes coming. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right. Because I believe this is information that your friends can do. So share it as well. Share it. Uh, your friends, your family members asking the same questions or would like to know, have the answer to these questions. And because they don't have to pay for it, make sure they get it for free. Make sure they get it for free, you guys. Make sure they get this information for free. So where can I go and really see all three of my credit scores from FICO? Well, listen, I'm not trying to advertise any monitoring system. I don't get paid to talk about any monitoring system in a positive way. So what I'm giving you is just my honest opinion of a monitoring system that best fits what your scores, what lenders are going to be looking at. Right? So I don't get paid for this. They don't get no check or nothing like that. But in my opinion, the best monitoring system out there is a website called myfico.com. Myfico.com. You get an opportunity to look at all of your credit scores, right? Not only all of your credit scores, but you look at what your mortgage score is. You get to look at what your car score is, your auto score is. You get to look at what your credit card score is. And then I think it was one more. I can't think of the last one. And then they give you your overall score. So that's important, right? Because particularly if you plan on purchasing a home down the road, plan on purchasing a new car, you might want to get a loan for your company, a personal loan for your company. You are going to want to know, what is my score? And when you go to apply for credit, you want to have an idea of what your score is. And if 90% of lenders are saying, hey, we're going to look at your FICO score, then it's important that you see what your FICO score says. And to me, the best, and I know sometimes the bank gives you your a FICO score. Some certain other products give you your FICO score. But the best overall to me, in my opinion, to get everything you need to know about your FICO score is going to myfico.com. Right. Yeah, they charge you a monthly fee. If you charge to do that, you can purchase it at a one-time fee, or you can sign up for a monthly fee. But like I said, they're going to give you more in-depth information than any other monitoring system that I know that's out there. Like I said, they're going to give you what your auto score is, what your mortgage score is, uh, what your credit card score is. There's another one. I can't think of it right now, but there's another one. And they're going to give you your overall score. So that's good to know. That's good to know, because what people don't realize is sometimes they'll go and get a score from their bank, a FICO score. Say, hey, my FICO score says I'm 645. But not knowing that's the overall score, that when they go apply for a home, they're going to look at your mortgage score, what your mortgage score would be. And that might be 700, that might be 630, might be 620, might be more or less. But you're going to have one idea of what the score might be, but it may be something else. So it's not just knowing what are my real scores, where's the best place to get it, to where I can kind of have an understanding going into purchasing a home or a new car or that nice apartment I'm trying to get into, what the lenders see, what the creditors see. I don't want to be surprised when I get to them and they say, your score is 500, your score is 580, 600, 620. I don't want to, at that point, I don't want to be surprised. I want to know going into it, hey, I know my score is at 680 or 690 or 650 or 620. So this is what I'm going to know what it's going to be, because I pulled my credit score from a place where 90% of the lenders are looking at. All right. So the difference between Equifax and difference between Credit Karma. And again, which is good to have. I actually have it because it's free. I actually have it. And I use it to deal with basically to look at items that's in my credit report, accounts that's in my credit report, positive and negative. So I use it for that. Right. I'm not so keen on the score. I'm not saying the score is wrong. And I do pay attention to it, but I understand that what I'm going to be trying to get, I know creditors are going to be looking at my FICO score. So I use that mainly for disputing, knowing what's on my credit reports, particularly with TransUnion and Equifax, the two that they give you from Credit Karma. So I'm not knocking Credit Karma. I'm saying if you're going to use Credit Karma, don't put all of your eggs in the fact of what they're giving you as your credit score. It's accurate if lenders look at their Vantage score, but most cases, like I said, 90% are looking at your FICO score. Sounds correct? Sounds good? All right. So I wanted to drop that in there. Listen, if anyone have any questions that you want to ask about your credit score or anything like that, feel free to know. Now, somebody might say, well, what can I get all three of my credit reports for free? Where can I get all three of my credit reports for free? Well, here's the place I'm going to recommend. Again, annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com is a place where you can go and online get all three of your credit reports. You got to answer questions, put in your information, all that. They give you an opportunity to get all three of your credit reports, and it's free. And you can basically get it on a weekly basis. It used to be you can get one copy every 12 months because of COVID and all that. And since COVID and all that, they've knocked it down and said, hey, we know that people are struggling, people are going through, so we give you an opportunity to get your credit reports on a weekly basis. So if you pull it 1 week, you have to wait till next week to get it again, things like that. All right. But that's a place where you can go to get a free copy of all three of your credit reports: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And the thing is, the good thing about those is when you pull it from there, you get to see more detailed information about your account than you get to see from a monitoring system, say Credit Karma or Smart Credit or Identity Credit or anything like that, right? You get directly from the credit bureaus, and it's a little bit more detailed with the information that they give you. So if you got a monitoring system that's free, keep it, no problem with that. But if you're paying for a monitoring system, depending on what you're really trying to get out of it, I'm saying you can actually get your credit reports on a weekly basis if you want. And maybe save $22 a month. Or whatever they charge you these days. Right, whatever they charge you these days. So, what is your credit score? What is your real credit score? It's where the creditor decides to look and see what your credit score is. Will they look at the Vantage score? I said less than 10%, but 10% of creditors look at your Vantage score. Or is it your FICO score, which I say, hey, 90% of lenders are looking at your FICO score. That's really where you need to be looking at it. Where can I get my FICO scores? I recommend going to myfico.com, because they give you not only your overall score, but they break it down. They tell you what your mortgage score would be, your auto score would be, your credit card score would be, and another score that's out there. Just can't remember right now. Should I kick Credit Karma to the curb? No, don't kick Credit Karma to the curb. It's free. You can see what's on your credit reports, And like I said, they give you what is known as your Vantage score. It's not that the score is wrong. It's just that most companies don't look at your Vantage score. But you can still use it for Credit Karma to see what's being reported on your credit reports, things like that, disputing things and, so forth. So I'm not saying ditch Credit Karma. I'm saying use it for what you can get out of it. But understand when it comes to their credit score, most companies are not looking at that model. All right, so I appreciate you guys for coming on. If you like of course, a consultation, you have any questions you'd like to reach out to me about, just inbox me, DM me, however you guys can reach me. Usually my description is inside any one of my videos. Just say, hey, I'm interested in knowing a little bit more. I have more questions about how I can repair my credit, and we can talk to you on a one-on-one over the phone type thing. All right. Again, appreciate all you guys coming in. Hopefully we'll be back later on this evening. I'm not sure, but definitely, God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. So you know what we often say, stay blessed. Whatever you do, stay blessed. But what's even more important is that you are a blessing. And with that, we tell everyone